Hello, I'm Dr. Stephen Andrew Missick. I want to make a special announcement. I have a new revised edition of this book, which is part of my Abdias of Babylon series. This is the first volume, The Further Acts of the Apostles, according to Abdias of Babylon, disciple of Jesus Christ, compiled and composed by Dr. Stephen Andrew Missick, me. And the first version is derived from chapters taken from a Life of Saints, a collection of biographies of lives of saints written around the year 1200. So Abdias of Babylon has not yet been translated directly from the original Latin into English, even though if you read books on the lives of the 12 apostles, this is very important and influential work. And Abdias of Babylon was looked at as the official, traditional, and authoritative account of the lives of the 12 apostles for centuries. But this is mostly derived from the Golden Legend. And after the excerpts from the Golden Legend, which were in turn taken from Abdias of Babylon, which takes up about half of the book, then I have commentary and additional information about the lives of the 12 apostles. So I'm trying to be more faithful to the original Abdias of Babylon, so I have a follow-up volume. And this is the lives of the 12 apostles according to Abdias of Babylon, abridged edition with study guide. And both these books are illustrated by me. So this is a misprint. As you see here, the original intent was for the books to be, go nicely together on the shelf. So this came out in April, but there's also some typos in it. So we're going to do a new edition, which is hot off the press, where it is a matching volume, and the art is enhanced, and a lot of the corrections and revisions were made to it. So hopefully you're able to get a copy of this, The Lives of the 12 Apostles, according to Abdias of Babylon, disciple of Jesus Christ. The misprint, you can still get it now, but with the next couple of days, I'm going to take it down, where you can get the authoritative, enhanced and revised edition. Will be the only version very soon available of this book. I just want to make sure I get my copies and that everything's working fine, and then I'll take the misprint edition down. So this is based on the ancient sources of the lives of the 12 apostles. Abdias of Babylon traditionally was one of the 72 disciples. Jesus had 12 apostles and 72 disciples, and according to tradition, he was ordained by Simon and Jude as Bishop of Babylon, and then he collected the lives of the 12 apostles and wrote an account of their adventures and their lives. So that's what this is. And I think, I always took a lot of inspiration, in the scriptures. We have narrative, and we have, how does James put it, men of like passion such as we ourselves, right? We see the flaws of Abraham, of David, Moses, Peter, and it helps us to identify with these people. They're fully human and had their failures, their inadequacies, and yet we can take inspiration that despite their flaws and their faults, God was able to do mighty things through them. And so God can do great things through our lives if we submit ourselves to His will. And we can be a blessing, be blessed to the Lord, be a blessing to others. And of course, we have this message that was imparted by Jesus, by Yeshua, to His 12 apostles. And we have an account of the apostolic message in the Bible, but I think that it's good to expand our knowledge about who these people were that Jesus chose and sent out, what they did and what they said. I think that's important as well. And I've done the second volume, and the new edition is now available for order. I had to revise this one. This, unfortunately, is a misprint. It's supposed to be the same size because these are supposed to go on a shelf nice with each other. You can see that it's printed too small. And since it's a misprint, I went through it and I made corrections and I enhanced the artwork. And so now it's a much improved and revised edition. So this one is not going to be available much longer because of the error in its size and some typos in it. So this is published in April of this year. But the revised edition is June of this year. It's out and available now. So this is actually, this is a fine book. I wrote and illustrated it. This is a very good product. But this is improved. I'm trying to get more accurate and reflective of the original text, and I'm trying to improve the artwork as well to enhance the story. This also has commentary and a study guide and question and answers and challenging questions and things like that in the back. So, volume 3 is almost ready, but when you write a book, it's amazing typographical errors. Volume 3 is going to even be better than, each edition is getting better than the one before. And there are more to do because I want to look at, where these stories come from, the different traditions from Ethiopia, traditions from the Aramaic churches. So I really believe that we need a restoration of Christianity. I think that the essence of the gospel has been lost, and it's time to go back to the source. We have the Bible. That should our ultimate source and guiding authority. But I also want to look at, these 12 men that Jesus chose, what they said, what they did. And, a lot of information has been preserved, and I think it's relevant. I think there should be an interest in it. And, of course, you have the process of, legends and, a lot of sensational things in the story, which probably strain credulity. But I think the essence of these stories do have a historical basis. Plus, we also have a lot of teaching documents which reflect the teaching of the apostles, as also is seen reinforcing what is written in the scriptures, which is the apostolic witness. That's what it's all about, right? How Jesus chose these 12 men. They conveyed his message to us. That's part of God's plan. That's how it worked out. That's what we have. John, Matthew, Peter, other people who knew the Lord, and some of the things that these people did. Just the way. Sadly, I want to conclude after this, but the book's out there. Go get it. And it's kind of a morbid curiosity. It's how do these people die? And where do they die at? That's if people know anything about the 12 apostles outside the Bible, that's usually what it is. And it's like, well, yes, it seems like almost all the apostles suffered and died for their faith, but, they spent decades preaching, teaching, traveling, and then they died for their faith, which should be honored. But what about what they did and taught? Shouldn't that be remembered as well, instead of just the circumstances of their death? And this is one of my other books. This is the Acts of Peter according to the Ebionite Jews, and this is the Aramaic account, the Syriac Pseudo-Clementines. It's about the missionary journey of Peter from the Mediterranean coast of what's today Israel all the way up to Antioch in Syria, going through Lebanon and Syria, preaching the gospel and contending with Simon the sorcerer. A lot of important doctrine dealt with in that book. And this is also a lot of material from the homilies and recognitions of Clement found its way into the Abdias of Babylon accounts. So I think this is a very good, useful, informative book, and I hope you're able to purchase a copy of it. I might try to do an e-version, maybe even a oral version, but understand that when I created the book, it's meant to be read, and I illustrated it to enhance the book with a visual reinforcement, I guess, and expression. So, it's out on Amazon now. I hope you're able to buy a copy because I think this book is very beneficial, and we need spiritual renewal, and Christianity has to go back to its apostolic moorings, the foundation that our faith is built upon. I believe I put that verse here, and we'll close with this. Ephesians chapter 2, 19 through 22. Now, therefore, you are no more strangers or foreigners, but this is it right here. Now, therefore, you are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of God. You're built upon the foundation of what? Of the apostles and prophets, Jesus Christ himself being the chief cornerstone, in whom all the building fitly framed together grows into an holy temple in the Lord, whom you are also built together for habitation of God through the Holy Spirit. So that's what it's all about. And I'm going to continue this work. I'm going to pray that God blesses this book, that it would be a blessing and edification to people who read it, and reflect on the lives of the apostles. Pray to also be able to continue to finish this project, that all the material will be out. And some of this material isn't readily available to the general public yet. And it's part of the reason why I'm putting this book together. Some of this material should not be obscure, but it is a little bit, especially when we look at the Ethiopic and the Aramaic or the Syriac traditions. Take all this information, harvest it, and glean it, harvest it, and put it out there so it can be a blessing to others. So thank you. I hope you're able to get the book and you're blessed by it. And God bless you.